Somewhere between walking from your bedroom to the kitchen, your brain may have gone through a silent warning sign of a stroke, and you didn't even feel it. This happens to 8 out of 10 older adults almost every morning, and tonight, you'll see exactly how to start protecting your brain beginning tomorrow. I'm a neurologist and stroke expert, and what you're about to hear might truly surprise you. Many of the things people do every morning, things they believe are normal or even good for them, are quietly setting their brain up for serious harm. While you're brushing your teeth or brewing coffee, your blood pressure may be rising, your blood vessels stiffening, and your brain may not be getting the oxygen it needs most. What you're going to learn has helped hundreds of older adults turn their risky mornings into a routine that protects their brain. If you're over 60 and you want to stay sharp, independent, and in control of your life, keep watching carefully. Today, you'll discover 7 everyday morning habits that are silently increasing stroke risk in people over 60. You'll also learn a complete morning plan that could lower your risk by up to 50%. But first, let me tell you a story that happened in my emergency department 3 weeks ago. It changed how I view the morning completely. A woman named Margaret arrived at 8:30 a.m. on a Tuesday. She's 67, a retired school teacher, practices yoga 3 times a week, and never misses her medications. Someone who truly seems to look after her health. That morning, though, she collapsed in the kitchen while preparing breakfast. Her husband found her on the floor, dazed, her speech unclear, and her right arm weak. When the paramedics got there, most of the symptoms had faded. But I knew right away what had happened. She had suffered what's called a transient ischemic attack, or TIA, a mini stroke. What shocked me most is that when I asked Margaret to describe her usual morning routine, she listed 7 habits that millions of older adults do every day, believing they are harmless. Once we changed just those 7 things, she hasn't had a single warning sign in 3 months. But before I explain what those habits were, it's important you understand something. The first hour after you wake up is the most dangerous time for your brain. Most people don't realize this about strokes. They don't typically happen randomly. In the afternoon, according to 2023 research from the American Heart Association, most strokes occur between 6 and 10 in the morning, especially in the first 2 hours after waking. The brain is at its weakest when shifting from sleep to being awake. During sleep, your blood pressure drops, your heart rate slows, and your blood becomes thicker. Once you wake, your body has to quickly raise blood flow, pressure, and oxygen delivery to function. For seniors whose blood vessels are no longer as flexible, this quick change can be too much for the brain to handle. The 7 habits I'm going to explain don't just affect how you feel. They actually change how blood reaches your brain during this vital morning window. And for those over 60, these habits can silently push you toward a stroke. So what was Margaret doing each morning that was so risky? Let's start with the first habit, which is happening in millions of homes right now. Habit 1, jumping out of bed as soon as you wake up. Margaret said she was proud of being someone who starts her day right away, no hesitation. But here's what she didn't know. When you go from lying down to standing quickly after hours of sleep, your blood pressure can drop by 20 points or more. This is called orthostatic hypotension. For around 15 seconds, your brain isn't getting enough oxygen. You may feel dizzy, get tunnel vision, or feel unsteady. That moment isn't just annoying, it's your brain warning you that something's wrong. The solution is what I call the 90-second method. When you wake up, spend 10 seconds breathing deeply, 20 seconds flexing your hands and ankles to get your blood moving, 20 seconds sitting up slowly, then keep your feet on the ground for 40 seconds before standing. Margaret said this one habit stopped the dizziness she'd been feeling for months. She thought it was just aging, but it was really her brain crying out for help. If you've ever felt dizzy when getting up in the morning, type dizzy in the comments. You're not alone, and it's not just in your head. Habit 2, skipping water and going straight for coffee. Margaret used to drink coffee first and do everything else later. But after 7 or 8 hours of sleep, you're already mildly dehydrated. Your blood is thicker and circulation is slow. Add caffeine, which tightens blood vessels, and it creates a dangerous situation. One of my patients, David, age 71, came in because his heart was pounding each morning after coffee. When we checked, his blood was so thick that his heart had to work extra hard just to move it through his body. The fix is simple. Drink 8 ounces of room temperature water before having any caffeine. Add a small splash of lemon or a pinch of sea salt for quicker hydration. David's heart stopped racing after 1 week of this change. Habit 3. Eating healthy breakfasts that secretly have 400 to 600 milligrams of salt. Margaret thought she was doing the right thing with instant oatmeal and whole grain toast. But many of these foods contain a hidden salt load that tightens arteries before they've even warmed up. Instant oats, bran muffins, deli meats, and some protein breads can each contain 300 to 400 milligrams of sodium. Combine a few and you're at 600 milligrams before 9 a.m. That extra pressure directly harms the brain's smallest vessels. Sarah, 73, was getting blood pressure readings of 140/90 within 30 minutes of breakfast. When she switched from flavored oatmeal to plain oats with berries, her pressure dropped by 20 points. Try to keep your sodium under 300 milligrams before 9 a.m. Aim for 2/3 of your breakfast to be fruits or vegetables, and 1/3 to be whole grains or protein. Habit 4. Drinking strong coffee without eating anything first. Margaret was having 2 big cups of coffee on an empty stomach, thinking it would give her energy. Instead, it was causing a 30 to 60% spike in adrenaline, making her blood vessels shrink and her heart rate jump. Thomas, 69, visited the ER 3 times believing he was having heart attacks, but it was really caffeine-induced acid reflux. The answer isn't quitting coffee. Just eat a small bite first, half a banana, a few almonds, or a boiled egg. Limit your coffee to 1 mug, about 150 milligrams of caffeine, and wait at least 30 minutes before having a second. Habit 5, and this one scares me most, ignoring morning dizziness, slurred words, or numbness. Margaret said she sometimes had trouble speaking clearly in the morning, but thought she was just groggy. These aren't just groggy moments. They are often signs of mini strokes. Your brain's way of warning that a bigger one is coming. If you have short speech problems, weak grip, or numbness that disappears quickly, that's a medical emergency. Use the FAST method: face drooping, arm weakness, speech trouble. Time to call emergency services. Even if it goes away, write down the time and details, and call your doctor. Margaret's morning speech issues were mini strokes. Ignoring them could have been fatal. Habit 6. Taking all your pills at once, sometimes with coffee. Margaret was taking blood pressure pills, thyroid meds, and aspirin together with her first cup of coffee. She didn't know this could cause harmful reactions. Caffeine can change how certain medications are absorbed. For instance, green tea with beta blockers can dangerously lower blood pressure. Ruth, 75, was seeing her blood pressure drop below 160th after taking meds with coffee. Use a pill organizer with reminders. Read every label. Some pills require food or say to avoid caffeine. Separate interacting medicines by at least 30 minutes. Your medications can protect you, but only when taken correctly. Habit 7. Lying in bed checking your phone while ignoring a full bladder. Margaret said she liked reading emails or the news before getting up, even when she really needed to pee. Frank, 68, experienced pounding heartbeats every morning when he finally got up to use the bathroom. You should go to the bathroom within 5 minutes of waking. If you're waking more than twice a night to urinate, reduce fluids 2 hours before bedtime and talk to your doctor about prostate or medication timing. Now, take a moment to reflect. Here are 5 warning signs that your mornings may be hurting your brain. Count how many apply to you, and share your number in the comments. Lightheadedness or tunnel vision when you stand up. Rapid heartbeat after your first sip of coffee. Blood pressure over 140/90ths within half an hour of breakfast. Brief speech issues, numbness, or weak grip that goes away fast. Pounding heartbeat when you get out of bed late after holding urine. If you experience 2 or more of these, your mornings could be putting your brain at risk. But here's the hopeful part. You can start fixing it tomorrow. Remember Margaret? 6 months after changing her morning habits, she told me something I'll never forget. I wake up feeling clear and alert. No more fog, No more dizziness. I feel sharper than I have in years. Here's what she does now, and what I suggest to others over 60. First, plan ahead the night before. Set out a glass of water, your medications, and a low-sodium breakfast, so you don't have to think in the morning. Second, follow the 90-second method for waking up slowly. It helps your heart and circulation adjust safely. Third, drink water first. Eat something small, then drink your coffee. This order reduces stress on your system. Fourth, write down your blood pressure and any symptoms for 7 days. It helps identify patterns. Fifth, share what you've learned with someone close to you. If they know the signs, they might help save your life. Remember, small steady changes are more powerful than huge difficult ones. Your brain will feel the difference first, then your energy, then your confidence. What you do in the first hour of your day can either protect your brain or put it in danger. If even one of these morning habits sounded familiar, share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Choose one habit to change tomorrow. Type its number below and tag someone you care about. It might save both your lives. Stroke prevention isn't about being perfect. It's about learning how your everyday actions affect your brain. You have more control than you think, and it all starts with your morning. This content is for education only. Always talk to your doctor before changing medications or if you notice unusual symptoms. Remember this simple truth: protect your morning and you protect your brain.